this is another one of those moments where it's like, where were you when NHL came to Utah?
You're listening to the UTalk Hockey Podcast with your hosts Champ and Denz.
What is up, UTalk Hockey Nation? We are back. Woo! So exciting. Man,
It's been
we take a month off and then it's like we don't
know how to podcast.
even know how to podcast anymore. We're looking like a bunch of noobs out
It's
here.
been like 6 weeks. Man, we've missed doing
missed this. Man.
But man, vacation was fun. The summer's been fun. It's been hot,
Humid.
humid for
Yes.
Utah. That's a little weird.
I mean, we played our championship rookie league hockey game. We lost in triple overtime. But we had to do freaking laps every like 5 minutes because there was so much fog inside of the ice rink
It was
because
crazy.
Peaks decided not to invest $30,000 in a dehumidifier.
Or at least that's what the ref told
That's
us.
what Spice
When
told
the
us.
Olympics came in 2002.
They didn't put the machines in there necessary to not make it get foggy. So literally, I'm playing out there and I can't see a dang thing because my glass is fogging up. Denz Denz got a new mask and he's like, I can't see. Oh,
I know. I had to protect the
Had to
teeth.
protect
You know,
the
when
teeth,
I
I get
first ever posted, like, hey guys, I'm getting into hockey. And I was wearing just, a pro visor. And someone's like, you are not a professional athlete. Put on a full face mask. After 6 seasons of playing, I've had a couple close calls. And I was like, you know what? My teeth are too important.
I got nailed.
And one of our teammates broke his tooth.
Yeah, well, I got nailed in the chin right here. Not here or here, but right here. I got nailed in the jaw by my own teammate. We talked about that on a previous episode, but I do just wear the visor, and I paid the price for that. And in the championship game, dude, I got wrecked. I was coming around the net. This guy shouldered me right in the face. Oh, and, it hurt. It still hurts.
Tracy, Sam said that he would switch to the full thing if
That's
you
right.
asked him. So
I don't want to switch.
she loves your face.
I
She
like
wants
the
to
visor,
protect it.
right? I like the visor.
Speaking of news, though, since a lot has happened since we've
Been gone for 6
been
weeks.
gone,
Since
but
you've been gone.
the 2034 Winter Olympics
has been.
are coming back to Utah.
Man, how cool will it be to watch a USA hockey team game?
We're gonna be there.
And it's going to be at the Delta Center because
I'm sure.
the renovations will be done by then. They
Yeah.
better be.
So speaking of that,
Yeah, check this out. Check this little mini.
I got, not for myself. I'm
No,
getting
yeah.
my 3-year-old daughter into hockey.
Just don't hit me, all right?
And she is super excited. Every time we go to a hockey game, whatever it is, she just loves the sport. I wouldn't force her to do it if she didn't want to, but she's super excited. Next Tuesday, she's starting the whole Learn to Skate class. And I had the thought of, 2034. I was like, all right, she's going to be 10 years. All right, she's going to be
Doing the
13.
math.
And I was like, that's probably a little too young. I was
Yeah.
like, but then I was like, well, I'm curious. What is the youngest athlete for USA? I guess it's 13. And I was like, what? And I was like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
but, the women's team, USA hockey, is not going to have a 13-year-old on the team.
Dude, that's what I love about hockey, though. You can be so young and
Yeah.
play in very high-level leagues. Like,
Yeah.
I even think about the outliers that we've been talking with,
Yeah.
Mr. McCluskey, and like these junior guys, they are looking to get to the next level, and they're 16 through 20, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Iginla. Sorry, I always fail to say his name right. But he's 17.
yeah.
That's nuts, dude. That is nuts. I think hockey's so good. I'm so glad that we are a part of it.
Yeah, and honestly, but the whole like middle league, even minor league of professional hockey, like I was actually talking with someone earlier today, and he was just talking about how there's so many like incredible hockey players, but it's like almost like NHL or bust. Like either you make it or it's like a bust. So as the sport grows, and it has been growing for years, hopefully there's more middle leagues that bring attention to the sport to it, so it's not these extremely talented players that are playing in the elite level league of Provo Hockey Adult League,
right,
in Provo, Utah, and actually have a better place for them. But anyways,
yeah. Well, before we get into our usual segments, we also are introducing a new segment today. I think you are gonna love it. We have to share and announce that we did actually choose a winner from our giveaway for the 2 preseason ticket vouchers. Some people were like, well, did you choose? We did choose, and the winner was Ray. Congratulations to Ray. Thank you for commenting, sharing, and getting other people involved as well. So we'll see you at that first preseason game against the
preseason game?
Yeah.
The LA Kings.
Yeah. Against the Kings.
It's replacing the Frozen
That's
Fury.
right, Frozen Fury.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frozen Fury ticket holders. I hope you got your refunds.
Yeah.
I mean, you were supposed to, so.
Yeah.
And then there is a new giveaway that we are going to talk about. But first, we're going to go through Off the Post.
Let's do it.
Here we go. All right, Off the Post. We just have a few news items that we believe are very important for new and very frequent hockey goers.
New in the sense that they are new. We aren't going to cover the last 6 weeks of news.
No.
Just start Googling if you want.
Yeah,
a lot happened.
Yes, but the Utah Hockey Club decided to buy a mall, Denz. They bought a mall. What? Why?
You know, real estate in Utah is take what you can get.
Yeah, that's...
No,
that's
I actually think it's a really cool investment. They broke ground earlier this week. New. Just it's going to be their practice facility. Yeah.
Sandy.
So it's going to be the main headquarters also for the team in Sandy, Utah. They're going to add a couple sheets of ice, which we just need more ice in Utah. So that's going to be good because it's pretty much going to be, according to the mayor, open 24/7 too.
Well,
Maybe
Mrs.
not
Mayor,
24/7.
I don't know about that.
But they are going to allow the junior leagues, Pee-wee, all play. And when
even open
Utah
skates,
Hockey, when Utah Hockey Club isn't obviously practicing. So that'll be actually a really cool place to go. Do a team practice sponsored by Champ over here.
Oh, yeah, sure. I got to share what Mr. Smith said. This is a community moment. When our guys are off the ice, the community is going to be on the ice. Our goal is not only are we bringing the NHL to Utah, but we're truly building out this sport in Utah. Yep. Smith anticipates that this facility will be a hero on the east side of the valley. So super cool that it's going to be a facility. They're going to actually put the 2 chunks of ice in the parking lot, and then the old Macy's, I think it was an old Macy's in the South Towne Mall, is going to be the offices. Yeah. So that's what people can see. And if you do Google it, you can see renderings of what that space
I'll
is
drop
look
renderings
like.
in the episode.
Right here. So super excited, and it's great that it's going to be public.
It's
as well.
more ice in Salt Lake County.
Yeah.
Utah County just isn't getting love.
Someday.
Yeah. The UTalk Hockey Rink.
UTalk Hockey Rink is going to be a thing.
We need more ice, We have a lot of people, there's a lot of things going for the hockey world right now. And one of the funnest ones, just because my daughter is the reason why she wants to get into hockey, is Inside Out 2.
Oh, yes.
To have such a successful movie, especially for the girls, right? To have the whole central message be about the sport and about trying, obviously it's about emotions if you aren't familiar with the Inside Out. But I loved it. She loved it. And as a hockey dad, it was just like, man, this is going to do amazing things, not only for the hockey sport as a whole, but especially for women getting involved in the sport. And I just love that.
Yeah, that's super cool. You know, you don't think of hockey as a sport for women, but there are so many good hockey players that are women. It's insane. It's awesome. It's so great to see. I was playing NHL 23 on the Xbox the other night, and the beginning intro has someone from Team Canada on the women's team. And Hallie walked by. She's like, "Is that a girl?" And I said, "It is." And she's one of the best.
You're like, Hallie, we're a co-ed team. We have female players on our team.
That's true, right?
We love them. They're amazing. They're better than me.
Yeah, we have Allison on our team. Shout out to her. She plays right up against with us and keeps the pace. So it's super fun. I'm glad that it's a sport that both sides can play.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that is it on that side of things. But let's talk about the ECHL.
We have to talk about the ECHL. Here's the reason why. Not just because Utah Hockey Club decided to get an affiliation with another team besides the Roadrunners. I think we talked about it a little bit. In Cruising with Champ, there was a small segment that I put on when Denz was on his trip. But Morello, the devil from the devil down south, right? He's moving the Roadrunners up to Reno near his casino. So that is happening.
Oh, and this has happened since we've last shot an episode. He's given up.
Oh yeah, he gave up. He gave up. I mean, that's old news, but he gave up.
That is old news. He gave up. Arizona Coyotes are now not returning, at least underneath his stewardship.
Yep.
He gave up. So
here's a thought. No, it's not even a good thought. I was going to say, do you think that Utah Hockey Club would look to get the rights and call themselves the Utah Coyotes?
No.
Not after all that has happened.
No, I know there were some things about that, a month ago when that came out, but I think they're well into the research, whether it's going to be Utah Yeti. It's kind of just past it. We're all just kind of like waiting. Wasn't there supposed to be a third round of voting?
No, you know what? At this point, nobody cares about the name because it's so close to actually just playing hockey.
Yeah, Utah Hockey Club, fine, let's go.
That's what it turned into. Nobody was like, okay, whatever, let's just play hockey. And now we're going to. We're a month out.
I was talking to someone who's based out of Denver on a business meeting today, and he brought up he's like, oh yeah, you guys have a hockey team. Did they ever sort out the name? And I was like, yeah, it's just Utah Hockey Club for at least the first season. And he's like, I'll be honest, I like it. And I was like, all right.
Okay, nice. That's because he probably doesn't want it to be Yeti because he's an Avs fan. So he's like, no, don't take my Yeti. But anyway, going back to the news of the ECHL, the affiliate agreement with the Allen Americans. So the Allen Americans are in Austin, Texas, and they're in the same division as the Utah Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, oh, why don't we just affiliate with the Utah Grizzlies? Well, we can't. You know why?
They're under contract with the Avs.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but when that runs out,
we could make that shift. But here's what's even more exciting. The first game that the Grizzlies play this season is against the Allens. So what's super cool, or the Americans, sorry, they're called the Americans, the Allen Americans.
Yeah.
Allen, Texas is truly where it's at. But the game, you could go watch the minor league group of players that could feed into and eventually play for Utah Hockey Club. So, folks,
that's pretty cool.
You go watch Utah Hockey Club, and then you're like, okay, I want to see what kind of talent could be on the team in 2-3 years. You go watch the Grizzlies game, the first game at the Maverick Center, and they're playing the Allen Americans. You're going to see players that could play on the Utah Hockey Club. That's super, super cool. You get to watch development happen and grow. We don't have to drive to Reno to watch our guys build up, right? So I think it was newsworthy, off the post worthy, because it's exciting that we got more affiliation. It's not just tied to Morello and his massive problems that he's obviously has. And we actually can go watch even those growing into the Utah Hockey Club.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Well, the last thing in Off the Post is just to mention, because everyone is waiting to get a sweater. Got to get the jersey.
Got to get the jersey.
Inaugural season jersey. When are they becoming available?
I mean, I already got the hat.
Yep. At the Utah Hockey Club.
I did get it at the Delta Center.
At the Delta Center, yeah. So, jerseys, though, the NHL said, team jerseys that have been rebranded will be released in September. They don't have an exact date, but jerseys are hitting. And depending on names, who you gonna sport? What name are you gonna try and get?
You're putting me on the spot here, but I still think I'd go with Keller.
Me too. I got an email from
Keller? No.
Yeah, him and I are really close.
Yeah, right.
No, it's from my rep for season ticket holders. They had me fill out a survey, and they asked me, if you could get a jersey, who would you get? And I was just like, is that going to be the gift for season ticket holders?
Dude,
That'd be
would be cool.
Or they're just trying to get a scoop on which jerseys they actually need to make. So that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I'd probably get Keller, but I also like Dersey. I'm seeing I love what I'm seeing from him. Cooley's intriguing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see. I won't buy one right away.
Yeah.
Because I want to see, like, hey, who am I just loving, Because someone's going to step on that ice and they're just going to start going. And it's going to be like, holy smokes, I want to be like that guy.
I mean, obviously that's going to be Keller.
No, not necessarily. We
Just
got
saying.
some great defenders in the offseason.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we go that route. I don't know.
It's true. Well, let's move on. We're going to actually talk about Puck of the Week.
It's time to announce the Puck of the Week.
For a split second, we don't have a highlight of the Puck of the Week today,
But there's a reason.
but we're changing it slightly.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
So the Puck of the Week, here's what we're going to do. So just as a reminder, the Puck of the Week is showing us some love. So whether you've commented online, on social media, episode, YouTube, whatever it is, or you've shared it with your own thoughts on the episode, just showing the love of redistribution of the podcast, we highlight and we basically put you into what we are going to call as a nominee of the Puck of the Week. And all season long, we're going to have 30-plus episodes throughout the whole season. Every winner of Puppet. Whoa.
Every winner of Puppet of the Week.
The Puck of the Week, we're going to put in a pool, and one of those 30-some-odd plus winners is going to be selected. We are going to send you to one of the last few games of the season.
Wouldn't that be awesome? So all you have to do is like
Engage.
what we're doing. Engage with us. Comment. Share comments. And it would be great if we could get some subscribes, some likes, some reviews. If you're listening on Apple Podcast or on Spotify, share a review and a comment. That helps too, right? That type of stuff obviously helps us, and we want to highlight the people, you listeners, that are really giving us the love. And now we're giving you an opportunity literally to get regular season tickets.
Yep.
Denz has them in his phone. He's ready to send them.
I got 41 games. We're not going to all of them. We're going to send at least a couple dozen people to games throughout the season.
Come on.
This is just one of the ways we are giving back to our followers and listeners.
To the hockey community.
Exactly.
Come
we want
on.
people to enjoy the sport like we have, and there's no better way than to be gifted some tickets to go experience something, because, spending $150, maybe some odd dollars per ticket to go to something you maybe have never gone to before might be a hard thing to swallow. So we want you to, have it on us for the first time, become addicted, and then that's what happened to me.
That's what happened to him. Here's what I want to say, though, about the UTalk Hockey Podcast. Our mission is to let everybody be part of hockey. there are so many haters out there, and we're going to get to chirping with Champ here in a second, but there's so many dang haters out there that have played hockey their whole lives and think that they can't let other people enjoy the sport. To them, I say, shame on you. To those who are new to the sport, it's okay. Keep learning, keep enjoying it. We welcome you to the hockey community. That's what I love, man. All these haters.
Yeah.
Why are they hating?
We're going to send a lot of people to games this season, so be sure to tune in to all the other episodes because we're going to be giving things away all season long for this. But this is one that's going to remain consistent. Heck, if you are constantly sharing the love and you keep getting nominated for Puck of the Week because you just keep sharing so much love, it increases your odds.
There you go.
Sam,
that incentivizes me.
Yeah, Champ here loves the odds.
I do love odds. I like to place a good bet. That's what I do. Okay, should we jump into chirping with Champ?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Chirping with Champ.
All right, chirping with Champ. It's been so long.
Plenty of hateful comments since we've
plenty of hateful comments. Straight up, you just have to search on X or Reddit, hate Utah hockey. And so many things pop up. So that's where I get all my content. But the first one I thought was super funny. This was recent, about a month ago. We had a Selly Beckett Seneca #1 fan.
What?
Okay. Really weird name there, guy. But he has a picture of the Utah Hockey Club logo with a giant red X on it. And he X'd this and he said, I am the founder of the Utah Hockey Club Hate Club.
Boo.
You know what's silly, though, is there were about 5 or 6 comments. This guy's a no-namer, barely has any followers. And he did get a few comments, and everyone's like, I want to join, give me some. And he's like, badges for everybody. So you and your 6 followers, Selly, you can hate on the Utah Hockey Club because we have hundreds of thousands of Utah Hockey Club fans in the great state of Utah and beyond. I know there's fans outside of Utah.
So many Coyote fans are staying loyal to their team.
Yes, and I love that. So we have expansion, right? We like the fan base is not just Utah. That's exciting. So, Selly, you can enjoy your 6 fans and enjoy your club. We got a better club, 100%. Okay, so the next one is a chirp from Lime Green is her handle. She says, I hate the Flames so much, but Tej Aguinla going to Utah seems like a crime against hockey. Why?
If you don't know, his father played for the Flames.
If you don't care, raise your hand.
Now, when the draft happened, there was a lot of talk about that, like, oh, how cool would that be? He's the 6th overall pick, and then all of a sudden Utah takes him, which wasn't really in a lot of people's projections or ideas. I don't think his name ever came up. And so people were just chirping, being like, how dare Utah like step in? But you know what Tej said himself? He's like, I'm excited to like define my own legacy and name.
Well, absolutely. And the fact that the guy is going to be he's a trivia question now.
Yeah.
He will be, who was the first ever drafted individual to the Utah Hockey Club or whatever it is, 5 years from now. But he's a trivia question.
Yeah.
He's excited to be here. And he played, you were there.
Yeah.
He played great in the development game.
Yeah, scored.
Man, just exciting to see some young talent come into this new club in its inaugural season. Super excited. So, Lime Green, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, next one comes from Sean Ben, and his handle is It's Me, SB. He says this. Again, I'll reiterate. I already hate the Utah Hockey Club. I'll be vehemently rooting against them the 6 years their franchise exists.
Oh.
Such a joke. Dude, Sean, get out of here, man. Are you kidding me?
The 6
You're giving us
years.
6 years? I can't wait for year 7. I'm going to tweet right at him and say, hey, Sean, guess what? Year
Guess
7's
what?
here. Oh, and by the way, we won the Stanley Cup. Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I'd love to tweet that. I mean, obviously, I don't know that. But I'm throwing it out there in the universe. All right, just one more. I'm going to end on this one. So remember back when all the news broke out that, like, the team found out. The way the team found out would have just been
It was
crappy,
a little lame.
right? It sucks. Morello, you suck. But the last game of the season, all the fans are chanting, Salt Lake sucks. Salt Lake sucks, right? And I think Yote fans didn't realize what was happening because eventually they lost their whole team. Like, their whole identity just got wiped away. So, I mean, in the moment they were chanting that, but now they see how happy everybody is in Utah and see how happy the players are.
Yeah.
You should be happy for them. But Peace, Love, and Utes comes back at that thought of them chanting Salt Lake sucks. And it's more of a chirp back at those fans from back in April. Peace, Love, and Utes says this. The year's 2025. So go ahead. Close your eyes, listeners. Close your eyes. Envision the year 2025. The Utah mascot, to be determined, takes the ice for the first time. The NHL has arrived in Utah. The fans begin to chant what, Denz?
Tempe
sucks. So I love the future seeing of Peace, Love, and Utes. I think it's hilarious that that's where you went. But mascot to be determined, 2025. We should at least know by then.
Yeah, maybe the first game against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Maybe.
On October 8th.
Can you imagine if they announced it this season for next season at that moment?
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be super cool. I don't think it'll happen.
But then
We should bet on that.
But here's the thing. Then everyone's just like, well, then I'm definitely not getting the hockey jersey because
then they'll know.
No,
yeah.
no.
They won't tell them until after the season. They want
Or at least mid-season.
They want everybody
so
to buy the
everyone
hat.
gets the merch.
Because what happens if they don't get it? Year 2, Utah Hockey Club goes again. Next thing you know, it's just going to be Utah Hockey Club for the rest of its life.
Guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, subscribers, followers alike, we have a very exciting segment that we are going to introduce, and it is called Faceoff Frenzy.
Faceoff Frenzy.
Champ and I are friends, but this is where we're going to disagree.
The whole point of the Faceoff Frenzy, think of a face-off.
Only one person wins it.
Only one person wins. And there's a center,
Yes.
a dot on the ice, and the referee drops the puck, and then there's one winner. So how we're going to run this segment is Denz and I are going to have a topic, one topic that we will debate. Okay? And we're going to say what we believe, and then we want you, the listeners, the followers, the subscribers, the commenters, the dementas. No, we want you to give your thoughts. What side are you on? Are you on side Denz, or are you on side Champ? This is where it gets real exciting because now you get to actually do what Denz wanted to do a long time ago. Who do you like more? Who are you going to side with? Now's your chance. Face-Off Frenzy is introducing the first hot topic of this segment. Are you ready for it?
You chose a very bad time to do this because obviously mine is going to be.
Oh my
the
gosh,
leaning.
dude. Come on
Just
now.
kidding. We'll see.
Okay, here we go. Here's the topic. There are 6 NHL teams left who have a vacancy for the captain spot. And guess what one of those 6 teams is?
Ta-da.
The Utah Hockey Club, right? So, tonight's debate is who should captain this new hockey club in its inaugural season. Round 1, fight! Do the thing, right?
Yeah, go to the
Those
same side.
social medias, yeah.
Yeah. All right, who's going
Okay.
first?
I'll go first.
Deal.
Deal?
Yep.
All right. First off, I think it's important to share, and here's where my debate and my argument comes. I think it's important to share that the last 3 seasons, there has not been a captain. There has only been...
And that happens.
And that happens. There's only been an alternative captain or captains. The letter A, I want to share this. The letter A on a player's jersey indicates that they are an alternate captain. Team captains wear the C on their jerseys. In the NHL, teams can have 1 captain and up to 2 alternate captains or 3 alternate captains without a captain. So after these last 3 seasons, I'm going to tell you, all right, Lawson Crouse has had that A on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that Clayton Keller has too. But here's my argument. But it's not a very good one because I know exactly what Denz is going to say. Lawson Crouse has been with the Coyotes for 8 straight seasons.
So is Keller.
But Crouse also has 3 years left on his contract, which means that he will get up to 11 years total being on the Coyotes, now Utah Hockey Club. So, you ask me, who should wear the C? Lawson Crouse is my
pick?
answer. Now, rebuttal. What's your debate?
First off, Keller has also been on the team for just as long. However, Keller, on and off the ice, has become the public face of the former Arizona Coyotes. He's been the guy. And if Bear, our coach, if you don't remember, go back a few episodes.
Happy birthday, Bear.
If Bear is going to make a statement on this new team, he should pick a captain.
I agree.
And I think the loudest splash is to choose the 4-time NHL All-Star appearance of Clayton Keller, who also, I know that record's going to go with the inactivated franchise Arizona Coyotes, but the highest scoring player in their history tied it. He leads not only from his leadership skills and the public face and image he has of becoming this for the team, but also on the ice he leads the team from his skill set. And you don't have to be the best performing player to always be a great leader, but he just has both.
I think, you're right. You probably are right. But I like Lawson Crouse because from what I've seen, just how he interacts, how he holds himself, seems very level-headed.
Yeah.
Right? Clayton Keller feels a little young to me still. But I think they're the same age.
Look it up.
But the fact that Lawson Crouse just has been with the team. I mean, I know Clayton Keller has too. So, maybe I'll change my answer.
Then it's not a debate.
It is a debate.
Oh, you're going to change it to someone else?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Check this out. I'm going to throw you a curveball, all right?
I wasn't ready to debate a curveball.
You know who has been on the team was on the team for a very long time? Josh Doan's dad. Why not just make Josh Doan the captain?
We'll get to that in a sec on a later segment with Dishin with Denz. He's a great player, and I think he's going to actually step up. Yeah, anyways. I just don't. He's not. Yeah.
You're right. So, the true debate, I'm not changing my answer. Lawson Crouse, Clayton Keller. Somebody said John Marino. I was like, he's just coming from other teams.
The thing about pulling these players in, we'll get to lineups in a second of strong defenders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're just coming in. And unless you have a long-term plan, it wouldn't make sense to make them a captain, no matter if one of them has 2 Stanley Cup titles.
True.
Like, leadership is much more than just winning a title. So, which is why Clayton Keller has both. He hasn't won a Stanley Cup, but he is
True.
the leading scorer and the public face favorite right now. And again, going back to if coach wants to make a splash, pick a captain, and in full honesty, like he may choose to give it the inaugural season of still having 3 alternate captains again. And kind of see, we have a bunch of new players, new synergies that we're going to talk about in a minute. You might have to just wait and see kind of how that all blends together.
If he's still around.
If he's still, I mean, he will be around for now.
All right. You got to let us know. Who do you think should get the C? Will they even put a C on someone's jersey? Who knows?
Yeah.
The last 3 years they haven't. Why would it this year be any different? Maybe that's the third argument. There won't be a captain.
There won't be a captain again.
All right. We'll see what happens. And that concludes Faceoff Frenzy segment. Super fun. We'll have a new topic for you next time.
And if you have a topic that you want us to debate,
there you go.
Go ahead and submit it on social media in a comment or VIP at UTalkHockey.com.
/ no, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Debate.
Yeah, / debate. There you go. That URL doesn't work, actually.
No.
All right, let's jump into the final segment of the episode, Dishin with Denz.
Heck yes, let's do it.
Dishin with Denz.
Alrighty, well, Dishing with Denz. Tonight, today, whenever you listen to this, we are going to go over the projected startup lineups that have been shared. And some of our thoughts behind them. I have some thoughts that I've put together. This isn't finalized. This isn't even from the official Utah Hockey Club. This is just the NHL projecting the lineups for the season. So, obviously, it's no shocker that the person in my projected lineup, not mine, but
a captain doesn't have to be a starter.
I'm not saying
it doesn't have to be a starter.
But it's just another thing. He's a leader, Keller. So interesting thing about the first lineup that they produced. I'm going to specifically talk about Keller and Schmaltz. Their duo. Now, they've been playing together, but they are a duo that have led the offensive charge, and they get the chance. I would keep them together to make a statement for the new record that's going to be established for Utah Hockey Club, and they have really good chemistry. So if you were followers of the Arizona Coyotes, I think that makes perfect sense coming into the inaugural season. You got to keep them together.
1-1, it's Keller and Schmaltz. Keller has it across Schmaltz. He scores!
Champ and I here have had plenty of moments of great synergy on the ice ourselves.
I'll say this before you continue. Chemistry is huge.
Yeah.
Like in the championship game that we just played in, there was one moment where we were on a breakaway, 2v1, right? Me and Keaton, he just was in the right spot, and I gave it to him. We didn't score, but we were set up perfectly.
Yep.
And we had that chemistry, and it was tough for them to hold off, but they did hold off because we lost 2-1. But chemistry's huge. So I agree with you. I think keeping that line with Barrett Hayton in the center position is a great look. You also got to keep in mind on line one, though.
For defense.
What does defense line one look like?
And that's where the big splash, probably the biggest splash of trades, is bringing Sergachev in and pairing him up with Sean Durzi.
Yes.
Like this, guys, this is what Utah Hockey Club, formerly the Arizona Coyotes, needed to shore up was defense.
In the draft, everyone's like, why didn't we draft a defender? Well, I'll tell you why, because they just went in the draft
for the trade.
And they got the big guys, the guys that have shown up on D, right? The moves that the Utah Hockey Club has made in the offseason This is not a rebuild, folks. This team was only, I think it was 10 games behind from playoff contention. Somewhere around there. And you add 2 great defenders from other teams while adding pieces here and there and keeping the core.
Yeah.
I can see this team making the playoffs.
A lot of people can. And if you look at all the hockey mathematicians out there,
There's a lot of hockey mathematicians out there
who run all the numbers.
Oh, yes, the
and,
number crunchers.
What should be produced, the numbers line up that.
Yeah.
The chances of making the playoffs this year are actually decent, even if it is just round 1. And I think that's a huge accomplishment for spending years in the rebuild that they've been doing. So, line 2, specifically Crouse, Cooley, and Gunther.
Oh, captain, my captain.
Okay. I think this is actually quite an awesome blend, and here's why. Because between all of them, it's combining the size, the speed, and going back to Clayton Keller. Keller's a small dude, but he makes up for it in every aspect of his game.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you have Crouse, Cooley, and Gunther combining the size, the speed, and the skill that this line offers. I think it's going to be a blend of, like, power and finesse between the 3 of them. And I think it's going to be a well-rounded offensive threat. And, Vegas, when they won Stanley Cup 2 years ago, like that, they often talked about the depth of their fourth line, like coming down, like all of the talent that existed that got them there. And I think you can't just have a single line of your greatest players. I think going even into line 2, you have just a strong skill set.
Yeah.
Even on line 3, potentially Josh Doan.
Yeah.
Like that, I think he is going to be, so mark this now, I think he's going to be one of the top scorers as well. I think that kid has so much potential.
He was my second choice of captain. Actually, it's just because his dad was there for so long.
Right. Anyways, we won't go through like every single lineup. But I think those are just some high-level things that are just awesome. Obviously, you're going to have Connor Ingram in net. I think he's probably going to be the majority in net. Vejmelka? I never know how to say his name.
There's a lot of names.
I think they're both in really great positions as goalie.
Yeah.
And I think that the fact that we have quite the defensive pair, going back to just real quick, John Marino also came up like the New Jersey Devils.
Mm-hmm.
I think just as a goalie, like being able to truly rely on your defensive men and trust them, like makes you a better goalie. So I think they're going to be pretty happy. I think we're going to see some great increases in skill set, even among our goalies this year, because of that trust in the defensive line and being able to hold that blue line. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that concludes our episode. We need to give a shout out, though. The episode today was actually brought to you by Iron Steel Threads. For the best hockey-themed apparel, visit ironsteelthreads.com, and you can use code UTalk Hockey at checkout for 10% off your order. And you listeners out there, if you have a business you're trying to expose and you know that hockey goers are your audience and you want to sponsor the UTalk Hockey Podcast, you can email us at vip@utalkhockey.com. But that concludes our episode, back after 6 weeks, Denz.
Yep. We'll be back next week, staying consistent through the inaugural season, and it is going to be a blast.
It's going to be lit. Thanks so much for listening and joining. Have a great one.